Two-time Super Bowl champion makes bold prediction on Shedeur Sanders' starting timeline for Browns. The Cleveland Browns quarterback battle continues to be one of the most talked-about storylines in the NFL preseason. With rookie Shedeur Sanders entering the fold, fans and analysts are speculating about when he might finally get his chance under center. A former Super Bowl champion recently weighed in with a bold prediction that has sparked new debate. Asante Samuel predicts Shedeur Sanders' path to Browns QB1. Former NFL star Asante Samuel, speaking on the Say What Needs to Be Said show, acknowledged the immense pressure surrounding Sanders. He was asked by a fan, "What's the final predictions for Shedeur Sanders? When does he start? How many yards does he throw for? What does the Cleveland Browns record end up this season, man?" Samuel explained, "That's a lot right there. That's a lot on that young man's plate." The Patriots legend admitted such questions might be unfair for a rookie in Sanders' situation, but he did not shy away from offering his view. Ultimately, Samuel stated, "I think he can start possibly by the second game." This prediction comes at a time when reports suggest Sanders is struggling to climb the Browns' depth chart. Recent reports indicate that Sanders is currently at the bottom of Cleveland's quarterback rankings. NFL insider Albert Bree reported that the young quarterback will not start the season opener, pointing out that months of evaluation revealed significant gaps in Sanders' football knowledge and game readiness. He also added that these concerns were already visible before the draft, with some teams noticing Sanders' struggles in real-time meetings. An example from his pre-draft session with the New York Giants highlighted his difficulty grasping certain concepts. When the Browns' off-season program began, these shortcomings became clearer, with Sanders ultimately sliding to fourth on the depth chart. In contrast, fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel has impressed coaches with his sharp instincts and football IQ, despite some questions about his physical tools. The readiness gap between Gabriel and Sanders quickly became obvious during evaluations. With most first-team representatives in training camp going to the other quarterbacks, Sanders has limited opportunities to prove himself. Bree concluded that Sanders' situation is not unprecedented, but unusual given the media spotlight. In short, Sanders' challenge is not just about talent but also timing, preparation, and perception. While Samuel's prediction of an early season start offers hope to fans, Sanders' path will likely require patience and steady improvement before he can seize a meaningful role. The sun beat down on the Cleveland Browns training camp as a familiar face emerged through the gates. Former NFL quarterback and two-time Super Bowl champion Trent Dilfer. Known for his no-nonsense takes and quarterback development insights, Dilfer wasn't there for small talk. He was there to watch Shedeur Sanders, the Browns' most polarizing rookie in years. And after just 1 hour on the sideline, he was ready to drop a bombshell. He's going to start by week 6. "Write it down," Dilfer declared to a swarm of reporters, drawing stunned looks and immediate headlines. "I've seen enough. The arm talent, the command, the presence, it's all there. He's further along than people think." The bold prediction echoed across sports media, igniting debate in NFL circles. Dilfer, who had worked with young quarterbacks for years post-retirement, was known for being brutally honest. So when he spoke, people listened, especially when it came to the most hyped rookie in Cleveland since Baker Mayfield. A star watching a star. Dilfer stood quietly as Shedeur went through drills, occasionally nodding with approval. Sanders threw tight spirals on out routes, read blitz packages in 7-on-7s, and shouted protections like a seasoned veteran. "He's not playing like a rookie," Dilfer said. "He's processing like a guy who's been in the league for 2 years." It wasn't just the mechanics or the footwork that impressed the former Ravens QB. It was the swagger, the same kind of confident calm Dilfer said he saw in Patrick Mahomes during early training camp years in Kansas City. He doesn't flinch. You can't teach that. Breaking down the Browns' depth chart. Currently, the Browns have Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson as their experienced quarterbacks. Watson's future remains cloudy with injuries and inconsistent play, while Pickett has looked steady, but unspectacular. But Dilfer was adamant. Shedeur is going to force their hand. He emphasized that Kevin Stefanski's system actually benefits a quarterback like Sanders, a quick decision-maker who thrives on rhythm throws and play action. If Stefanski lets him loose with RPOs and quick reads, he's going to light it up. "I'm not saying the Browns throw him in week 1. I'm saying they won't be able to keep him off the field by week 6. A rookie with legacy and pressure. Of course, Shedeur isn't your average rookie. The son of Deion Sanders, he's lived in the spotlight since high school. But Dilfer believes that pressure isn't a burden for Sanders, it's fuel. He's been preparing for this moment his whole life, Dilfer said. You don't grow up in the primetime house without developing thick skin and championship expectations. According to team sources, Shedeur has been one of the first in and last out of the facility since camp began. He's constantly in the film room, taking mental representatives, shadowing Piquet, and asking veterans tough questions about coverage and NFL speed. Linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah even mentioned, "It's weird. He's got rookie energy, but veteran presence. He's making reads in walkthroughs that took other guys 2 years to learn." Dilfer's quarterback radar rarely misses. This isn't the first time Dilfer has made a bold quarterback prediction. He called Russell Wilson a future star before most scouts saw it. He praised Joe Burrow's pre-snap IQ before Burrow even started at LSU. Now, he's putting Shedeur Sanders in that conversation. "I don't say this stuff for clicks," Dilfer said. "I say it when I see it. And Shedeur Sanders is going to be the face of the Browns sooner than later." What if he's right? If Dilfer's prediction holds, it creates major implications for the Browns. By week 6, the team will likely have played key AFC matchups and will need consistency at quarterback to stay competitive in the division. If Sanders is inserted into the starting role then, it would mean either Watson isn't 100% or Piquet hasn't elevated the offense. But it also means one thing. The Shedeur Sanders era begins with playoff expectations. The Browns have one of the league's best defenses. Their offensive weapons, from Amari Cooper to David Njoku to Nick Chubb, are ready for a quarterback who can open up the field. Sanders, with his quick release and deep ball accuracy, might be the one to do that. Shedeur reacts. When asked about Dilfer's comments, Sanders gave a calm, measured answer. "I appreciate the respect," he said. "But I'm not focused on predictions. I'm focused on being ready. Whether that's week 1, week 6, or next year, I'll be prepared." Still, you could see the slight smile tug at the corners of his mouth. The fire was there.